Cheers.
Cheers. Ja, lekker. It's a Sunday.
Yeah, maybe if we lose next week, we'll make it a hat trick.
Yeah, we don't want that.
We don't want that.
No. It is the All Blacks. We are playing the All Blacks.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's start at the beginning.
Yeah.
I thought we'd start by trying to get to the root of the problem and
To the root of the hurt.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's been in the press that there's speculation that there are things happening behind the scenes. And why did Erge Snyman just leave for personal reasons?
And Nico Jansen van
Nico
Rensburg.
he's brand new at the Springboks. It must be an amazing thing it should be a huge honour to play for the Springboks. And then he's leaving the camp. We don't know what the personal reasons are, but it should be pretty serious not to play for the Springboks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I guess the question is there unhappiness, and what is that unhappiness?
Yeah, what is unhappiness? Do the guys that are there, because you're there for quite a while, and do you want to be involved in some way? Experienced guys like Frans Steyn and Morné Steyn, seeing that it's not going great, and they need more reliable kickers, maybe coming off the bench, or who knows?
Also, it's like we were saying earlier, the bench is a bit strange. You've got these flanks on the bench that all seem to be the same build, same style.
Yeah, 3 fairly short Fetcher style flanks, 2 flanks and an 8th man, but they've got the same type of build. Kwagga Smith gives you something a little bit different. He actually made quite a few meters, but
he actually didn't play too bad.
Terrible knock on,
Yeah.
like with hardly any pressure on him.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is we're running out of locks. I mean, I think Marvin Orie was solid. He did his job. He did well.
He did well in the lineouts.
It's probably
Very
the best
impressive.
I've seen play for the Springboks.
Yes. He had a flawless night.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
But Franco Mostert can't carry on like this.
Yeah.
You know?
That guy's engine is going to burn out.
No, for sure. And where's the backup? I mean, can Jean-Luc Depree start at 7 possibly, and give Franco put him on the bench?
Yeah.
Carry on with Orie and Itzebet. I don't know, but they're going to have to start thinking about these things. Yeah. The balance. People have been talking about the 6-2 split. What are your thoughts about that? Maybe.
I thought it was working because of the bench that we had. We had this. We had a guy like Erge Snyman on.
When the balance is right.
Yeah. So you
have a lock. You have your front row.
You've got the superstar lock on the bench. You've got these great props. You've got a great hooker coming on.
Like Erge is an immaculate rugby player, and now he's going to play for Munster. So what's the reason?
Sense.
If there's a personal issue, and you're willing to play for your club team, then that issue must be with the Springboks.
Yeah, like Munster said, he's almost ready to play for them.
So I wonder if there wasn't like, okay, are we going to put this lock on the bench? And then Erge said, now this is pure speculation.
Yeah.
And then Erge said, well, in that case, I don't agree with what you're doing.
Yeah, and I'm just going to go.
And if other guys don't agree with that as well, other players in the camp, then you've got an unhappy team. And then these sort of things start happening. So purely speculation, but we know how these things, we've been around it, we know how it works.
Yeah.
If it starts going like this, normally there is some sort of issue and it only comes out later.
Yeah. But let's talk about the game.
Yes, let's talk about the game. Okay, so the start wasn't great. Faf declared started with an offside.
Faf, can that guy, they have to ban that guy for like 3 tests.
Yeah, no.
It's unacceptable. Like it's.
We were on the attack, and we had territory, and very silly offside.
So stupid.
And then infuriating mistake to grab the scrum.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of like Lapis Labuschagne shoulder charging Johnny Wilkinson in 2002 and gets a red card and we lose 53-3. Like,
yes,
it's that stupid Corné Krieger stuff.
No, and then
sorry,
Corné,
but like that's what it was like in those days.
What did I do? It's like you
it was so cynical.
No, like, and then we could that was a very bad moment. I mean, that was 12 points.
Yeah, straight. They scored 2. I mean, if you think about it, in the game before, the Aussies scored 1 try while we had a yellow card.
Yeah.
They didn't score any other tries.
Yes.
This game was obviously different, but I mean, up until this point, now he gets a yellow card, they go score 2 tries. You know?
One was directly from the penalty, and the other one was while he was off the field.
Can we just have some discipline? And it's not just discipline; it's just brains. I would like that. We just feed into that narrative that we have stupid players.
Yeah, but what we also have to say is that it looks like the Wallabies. Firstly, they did their homework.
Yeah.
Coaching staff, you have to compliment them.
Dave Rennie,
we were always lacking a number at least one number at the ruck, and they just and what's that lock? Matt Phillip. Yes, the timing of when Ori's feet touches the ground,
then they already
gets pushed back a meter, and you're going to concede 1 or 2 penalties, but we just couldn't gain momentum at the mauls because of that.
And did you hear the comment from the ref at the one line out? He said to the Springboks, "Don't keep him up there. As soon as he takes the ball, bring him down."
Why not?
But I mean, what I mean is, the Aussies obviously got into his head somehow. I don't know. So they did well.
You're not going to keep him there for long, but it's weird that a ref would say that because there's no law that says you can't keep him there.
Yeah.
I don't think.
I know, but it's but what I mean is they won that little psychological battle.
Yeah, and at the breakdown, also very
amazing.
Very good.
Like we can't pass the ball because we're going to run into the players and then they're going to steal it.
Yeah, and
they did very well there. Hooper, congrats to you, Michael Hooper.
Yeah.
We are not the hugest fans of him personally, just because we love to hate him. But congrats. And he had a great game again.
No, and the handling and trapping the Springboks behind the advantage line, and
Cooper with his kick from the sideline straight down the middle.
Yes.
And I also thought Nick White.
Yeah,
his clever little kicks in behind into space. Those were excellent.
Kicking is smart because they know on the counter attack. The Springboks score their tries from mistakes from the opposition.
Yeah.
When the defense is out and they're in front of you, the Springboks struggle to create tries from nothing.
Yeah.
That's not our game.
Yeah.
And then in the second half, it looked as if they asked Villy to pop up at 10 more and to start creating things so that we can score tries. And once he ran so close to the sideline that there was no space and he passed him up. Pimpy was already off the field almost.
Yeah.
And it just didn't look good. It looked like he was under pressure to create everything and he struggled.
Yeah. But is it that our defence, that our attack is so much weaker than the All Blacks, or is it that the Wallabies did their homework and they shored up their defence?
I think it's both.
I think it's both. Because against the All Blacks they looked very loose.
Yeah. I think we need to create more out of nothing.
Yeah.
In our attack.
Yeah.
Your normal game plan is to have a very mobile player that supports your wing and your outside centre. New Zealand does that lots with mobile hookers, with the Dane Coles and Amua and so forth. And it helps to create space on the outside. It helps to have a power runner running on a wing and that sort of thing. And everything's down the middle, and then we just trust the backs on the outside. We don't have support runners to support on the outside like Australia and New Zealand did. You see Taniela Tupou popped up in the wing position. They had a 4-man overlap. It was forwards and backs together. You don't see that enough. Yeah.
Quadzilla with that little...
So a guy like Kwagga Smith, but now with the current team as well. Pieter Stef de Toer used to be a guy that helps a lot with the wingers, a big mobile guy. I didn't see that on Saturday. There was no one who supported in that channel. Supported the wings to create overlap and to create space. So it looks static, and you don't see the clever inside balls and running lines and all that sort of stuff. So we need an attacking consultant or something.
Also, when you compare the two teams, Australia just, especially in this game, as opposed to the previous game, they had these strong, fast runners.
Yes.
You know, that were breaking tackles. I mean, who was it that, we just couldn't hold him?
Yeah.
Was it that centre?
Samu Karevi.
Yeah.
Oh, and the centre that scored the 2 tries.
Yes.
He's a brilliant young talent.
Couldn't grab him.
He
slipped down.
And Karevi as well. I mean, Karevi makes Dalenda look weak.
Yeah. It's almost like they're returning to the days of like Wendell Saylor and Lottie Takiri.
Look, it's great. It will be great for World Rugby if they can find a squad that they can build on, and stick with Dave Rennie. Why didn't they do it against the All Blacks? Why do they have to do it against us? They showed signs of being able to score tries against the All Blacks, but they lacked a bit in the defence there. And I think they just found the right balance now, and you have to compliment them, but you have to also say that we just looked as if the same thing is not working anymore, and we're not evolving to change a few things and tweak a few things.
I'm not panicking because I think I can see that we're not doing the basic things right. We're knocking the ball on, like for instance, Mostert knocking the ball on when you can suddenly see there's space for us to play. Mostert knocks the ball on. What happens? He holds onto the ball as well. Then at that breakdown, and then it's a penalty, and it almost felt like we were taking the ascendancy there.
But Johan, these things happen when there's doubt. These things happen when there's doubt. When it's an unhappy team, when it doesn't feel right, players make these.
It is Brisbane.
Mistakes.
It's like Durban, so it's like humid.
No, I wish I'm wrong.
It just feels. I want you to be wrong. Just be wrong.
As if maybe Russ is the motivator. Maybe he's the guy who charges them up and gets them ready for the game, and maybe Jacques is the technical guy, but he doesn't have that motivational quality. Maybe that's what we're lacking.
Maybe, but I still think if we just do those little basic, for instance, last week. If we had just done those little basic things right, we would have won the game.
We were in the game. It looked like we could turn it around. We started enforcing our game plan onto them and doing what the Springboks need to do to win games, and then we just kept on conceding silly tries. They scored 4 tries to 1. I mean, no one scored that many tries against the Springbok
since 2018 in Wellington. But another reason why I'm not freaking out is because in 2009 that was arguably the best Springbok team of the modern era. And it was a similar situation for that Tri Nations. We won our home games, and then we played a game, I think it was in Perth, and that we won. No, not by a huge margin, we won it. And then the following week it may have been in Brisbane as well, where we lost by like 21-6 for that team, and then we went on and beat the All Blacks the following week in Hamilton.
We can beat the All Blacks, and we can talk about the Argentina All Blacks game a little bit, because like we said last week, the All Blacks create so many opportunities, and they make so many silly mistakes.
But against us, they're not going to do the same. They're going to take their chances.
They did it against Australia. Probably it's going to be a different type of game, but I don't think they will be 100% happy with what they did on Saturday, because there were a few times when I thought they were clean through and they knocked the ball, or the ball gets stolen on the ground, or something silly happens.
But they have depth.
That
was a depth builder.
But like I say, it never has an impact, because they just create more and more and more opportunities to score. And Argentina also, at one stage, what was the score at one stage? 29-13 or 26-13?
They clawed back a little bit.
But they put up a better fight. I'm happy for Argentina because they put up more of a fight.
I'm arguing with you, but at the same time, it was a similar situation in our first test against Argentina. We played what we would call a second string lineup.
And we actually did better with the second string.
We did reasonably well. So I don't think all is lost.
No, that's still the Springboks. I mean, there's a lot of hard work. I think what needs to happen now is mental. It's all mental.
This was also a mental thing. We were playing Australia at Fortress Brisbane. What's the name of the stadium?
Suncorp Stadium.
They've got a little bit of a mental, sort of like how we have a mental thing over them at Ellis Park.
Okay, well, for the All Blacks, I mean, we just want to see more tackles made. We missed 40 tackles apparently.
But it's those strong runners. They were like we couldn't contain them.
No.
But I agree. So that's it. We've got to make our tackles, stop knocking the ball on, stop giving away stupid penalties.
Use our opportunities.
Faf de Klerk.
No, those silly penalties, there should be none. It's a bit always asking, is the ball out? Is the ball out?
Stay on side.
Just stay behind the last feet until you see the ball is actually
You're
out.
tall enough.
Yeah.
You know, you can probably see a bird's eye view of it.
That's dumb. That's dumb. Yeah, he gets away with it once in a while, and then he keeps trying it, and the refs lose patience.
But he is trying. He's trying. He's trying to make a difference. You know?
But him as well. I mean, he must be tired.
He must be exhausted.
He plays 80 minutes every single game, and you don't see those runs anymore and those huge tackles.
One thing that was telling was it was around the 65th minute or so. Damien Delende having to turn back and chase a ball that had gone loose. And he just looked exhausted because he's another guy that's just been playing and playing.
Too many guys. I mean, there's that group now. We can't fly anyone in, if I understand it correctly. So we're running out. The Springboks are running out of locks. And where to next? Against the All Blacks. For goodness sake, we need an RG. We need RG there. Okay. Well, let's hope for the best. I can't say I think the Springboks are not going to take it based on what we've seen.
No.
But anything can happen.
But anything can happen as we've and that's perhaps the most annoying thing as a fan is that the inconsistency.
Okay.
Still go Bokke anyway.
Go Bokke.
Well done Australia, but go Bokke.
Well done, Cheers.